That's my jam.
Jamming that Baby Driver soundtrack.
Totes.
This is probably copyrighted content. We probably can't have it on the show. Gotta love it though, man.
Never gets old. Never will. Oh,
Okay,
you're on
so
speaker.
I just clicked. Oh, I'm on speaker. Oh.
Ah, got him.
Got him. I just clicked this. I just clicked this article on Entertainment Weekly. All the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies ranked.
Oh,
Let's see how much I disagree with it.
let's do it.
So they ranked Thor: The Dark World at the bottom, of course.
Okay, good.
Because I guess. Then they ranked
Dark
Iron
Elves.
Man 2. They ranked Iron Man 2 under The Incredible Hulk. Please. Please.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on.
People hate Iron Man 2, but at least it has memorable actors and performances and people who have great chemistry with one another and a great villain in Justin Hammer. Like, don't tell me that bland Bruce Banner.
That suitcase suit never gets old, man.
That's pretty good, right? Yeah.
Never gets old.
And they've ranked Age of Ultron above Thor.
No.
Do I agree with that? I don't know.
Well,
I put Age of
hard
Ultron
one.
near the bottom on my list. I just don't like it. They
But
rated
that farm
Ant-Man
scene.
above Age of Ultron, which I guess is
that farm
is
scene's
fair.
great though in Age of
That farm
Ultron.
scene's the only good thing about Age of Ultron.
And you got yeah, the farm scene.
Okay, good. They put Iron Man 3 at least a little bit up. It's at number 10.
Okay.
They put it under Doctor Strange, though. I don't agree with that. I think Iron Man 3 is better than Doctor Strange.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
They put Homecoming at number 8. Fair-ish.
Okay.
Iron Man at number 7. Guardians at number 6. Avengers at number 5. Okay. Civil War at number 4. No, that needs to be farther down.
That needs to be like 12.
Like I was, what? I just watched a video where somebody was like, "This movie's so terrible, it's awful, it sucks. Spider-Man's the only good thing about it." And I'm like, please stop. Just that's so hyperbole. Like, Civil War isn't like a masterpiece like some people act like it is, but it's really solid. Like, there's so many good things about it and things that people don't even like talk about. How well they were, like how well the characters were balanced should be commended.
Definitely.
Okay, what is this nonsense? They put First Avenger at number 3.
Oh,
Captain America: The First Avenger at number 3. I mean, look, I like it more than most, but that's way off.
Numbers. That's top 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, but here are the ones that I do agree with. This list isn't as cringe as I expected.
No.
They put Winter Soldier number 1. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And then they put Guardians Volume 2 at number 2.
Sure.
Good. They are rational, thinking people.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Roast to everyone who's against Guardians
Boom,
Volume
roasted.
2.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Dude, the same video I was watching, and I actually really liked the channel that I was watching that said Civil War sucked. They're really good.
Do.
But they did say that Guardians Volume 2 was average. And I've met people who said that it was terrible.
Yeah.
And the video that I watched, they said the jokes tricked people into thinking it was a great movie. But no, the jokes are the least good part of Guardians Volume 2, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, when I think of why Guardians Volume 2 is great, it's the emotional stuff. It made me cry. It's such good character building and character drama, and each character has a little mini arc and some depth. They have some great interactions. There's an actual message to the movie and ways in which they grow. And the visuals are amazing. The music is great. The villain is inventive. I loved Guardians Volume 2.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Right.
But that's beside the point.
How many times have you seen it?
3 times, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've only seen it once. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. It's great. It's so good.
I always say I need to go see these movies again. And I never do until they're on, like, Redbox or something.
Yeah.
Never.
I see movies in theaters so many times. I'm going to go see Spider-Man and Baby Driver again on Tuesday.
On top of War.
On top of War on Thursday, which I am so very excited about. So very excited.
You know what I love? We just everyone knows these movies, so we just refer to them as War, Dawn, and Rise.
Yeah, War, Dawn, Rise. Right. Dude, we should probably, like, maybe we'll make it maybe when we do our War for the Planet of the Apes review, which I think we're gonna have to do on Friday, by the way.
Oh wow, yeah, thanks for telling me. I'm busy.
Yeah. But when we do that,
Wait, so I have to see it Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I should have told you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving to go to Hilton Head on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
so
you did tell me this. Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
I told you that.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you we had to do it Friday though. I mean, we could technically do it at Hilton Head, but my young 5-year-old cousin will be there, and my 1-year-old infant.
He'd
cousin
be a
will
great
there.
feature on the show.
Oh no. I should take him to see the almost R-rated War for the Planet of the Apes. Yeah,
that'd be great.
But we should do, when we do that review, we should do a recap of the other 2 movies because they're great. Because they're just quality. Yeah, do a whole Planet of the Apes episode.
Yeah, they're all great. I can't wait.
We've never had a chance to talk about how great these movies are. You know, they're really good. Some of the most underrated Hollywood blockbusters.
For sure. On top of Tron Legacy.
On top of. Hey, do you ever think about that's the second time that? Oh wait, never mind. I was just thinking. I was about to say that was the second time that Jeff Bridges had been de-aged in a movie, because I thought that Ego was Jeff Bridges, but then I remembered it was Kurt Russell. I always mix up Jeff Bridges.
That's a good mix-up.
Kurt Russell. Yeah. You know what I love? I love that this podcast has become just us talking and not really any format. You know, like. I feel we've taken some inspiration, almost in a plagiarism way, from the Blockbusted podcast, where they don't really have an intro anymore either. They just start talking and just sort of ramble, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe people like this better. Who's to say,
You know what's bugging
me?
My chair.
Oh, frick. No.
It's very squeaky, so I gotta say that, so if you hear squeaks, it's just my chair. Don't worry.
So, should you change the chair right now? Could that be a comedic podcast sequence in which I ramble while you change the chair?
This is a spinning chair.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
fine. I'll change it. Gosh.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll tell the story of my copyright thing. Did I tell this? No, I didn't tell it last Saturday, did I? Stop rolling things on the table. What am I hearing?
I'm rolling my chair away.
Oh, okay. I thought you were rolling a spinner. I thought it was your fidget spinner or something.
My massive 3-foot fidget spinner.
Well, it sounded like that.
This thing.
I don't know.
Gosh.
But anyway, have I talked about my gigantic copyright thing that it wasn't actually gigantic, but
it was huge. It was
to me it felt gigantic. With my Walter Mitty video. Yeah, so I was at camp
we did
all
an
last week.
Before all that.
Yeah, we did that. I was at camp all last week, and it was a very, very good time. I loved it. I love camp. It's my favorite week of the year. But
cool story.
The day before I went, yeah, I know, right? The day before I went to camp, right? I went and tried to upload my Walter Mitty film workshop video, which I'm revamping my film workshop series to do more analysis of older movies and whatever that I love and give my opinions on them. So I'd been working on that all week, and I was like, I got to finish this before camp. So I crammed, and I stayed up until 4 a.m. the night before I left to just upload the video. And then I left it uploading that night, woke up in the morning, and found an email saying that it had been blocked worldwide by Fox, and that was that. And no one could watch it. And unfortunately, what had happened was it had posted, it had gone to subscribers' feeds. So, for maybe 3 minutes or so, it was up, and I got 5 comments of people who had clicked it and watched it, and they were like, "This is great." I don't know how they knew it was great when they only have 5 minutes to watch it. But thanks for the enthusiasm, guys.
Yeah.
But so then I was like, "What do I do? Should I? I don't know." And eventually, I disputed the claim, and I was like, "Well, now I'll have to wait for a response." But luckily, what did happen was I realized that if I disputed the claim, I could post the video, and it would be viewable until the claim issue was resolved. So, and the thing is, they still, I expected to get back from camp and have an email saying that either they had taken the video down or they'd said, "You're right about the dispute." Still nothing. I'm thinking they'll probably end up waiting the 30 days until it just expires automatically. But So eventually the video was viewable. But unfortunately, the thing that annoys me, right, is that, like, Fox caused me all these problems where if I had been able to put the video up from the get-go, it could have gotten way more views than it has now. But unfortunately, what happened was I posted it once, it got taken down. Posted it a second time with some tweaks, it got taken down. And both those times it went to subscriber feeds, and they clicked on it and saw the message that said it wasn't viewable.
Yeah, they got notified twice already. So by the third time,
by the third time, they were like, is this one blocked also? So they didn't click it. So the video only has like 3,000 something views, which obviously is still a very large. Yeah, only 3,000. Oh, only 3 concert halls worth of views. But you know, obviously that's a very big amount. I'm very grateful for those views. Blah blah blah. But it could have gotten way more.
I love my subscribers so much.
Right.
They're my family.
And I'm like, thanks, Fox. You know, I mean, obviously.
Thanks for screwing my life.
I guess it's not really their fault. It's the YouTube algorithm that detected the footage.
No, it's
blah
Fox's
blah blah.
fault.
But yeah, and it is odd because usually with movie footage in my videos, like pretty much every video that I make gets a copyright claim. You know.
Yeah. Sure.
And I have to dispute the claim and be like, actually, this is my footage. Actually, puts glasses onto nose. This footage is my
Article 23, sentence
Article
2.
It's Section 107 of the copyright law. It's, you know, fair use. I can use it because I'm transformative, educational, blah blah blah. But usually what happens is they put a claim on it and they just make my money, and I do a dispute. With this, they were like, we don't even want your money. We just want to block this whole thing worldwide. Yeah. And I'm not really sure why that was. I think maybe it was the quantity of footage, like, because this video was a 20-minute analysis, and it was pretty much all Walter Mitty footage. So they may have thought that, like, I uploaded almost the whole movie or something. I don't know.
Almost the whole movie.
Maybe there's, like, some sort of procedure where they're like, if he uses this much footage, then block it worldwide. I don't know. But... So needless to say, that was a debacle, and for the entirety of the day until I figured out that it was viewable during the dispute, I was like, oh, come on. I was looking forward to having this out while I was at camp, you know, and being done with this. So, as I said, I think they're going to let it be and just let the copyright thing expire, but theoretically they could still respond to my dispute and take it down
nope. now. Even less views.
Right, because they have all the jurisdiction, don't they? You know? Which I guess, I mean, what other way would you do it?
A solid 50 views or something.
Yeah. And you know what? I try not to be too entitled when it comes to YouTube because, as Blimey Cow has said on their channel, you know, like, if YouTube took away my monetization, it would be annoying and it would suck, but it's not like I'm entitled to that money because YouTube provides... Like, YouTube could easily justifiably be like, we make all your money because we let you use our site, you know? But they don't do that. So it's like, I'm using a site for free, and I happen to get paid. And that's super cool, but I don't deserve that, you know?
Nope.
So I try not to be too entitled with that stuff, but at the same time, it's just really frustrating, and it feels very unfair.
Time, we're all greedy, and we want that money.
At the same time, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what's up with you, Hitchcock? How have you been this week?
You know, I think we did talk about your whole YouTube debacle last week. Now that I remember.
We? No, because
we did Baby Driver.
Right.
And the night before, you stayed up till 4. So we did it, and you were in the middle of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes. Oh well.
I'm used to having waited like 3 weeks between an episode, you know, at this point. So I guess it's standard procedure.
Time flies. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening with me? Nothing much. We had
nothing much.
We had a jolly time where you were off in the woods doing those camps.
Oh yeah, there was quite a meme war on Twitter, was there not?
Fantastic.
Dude, I came back. So for those who don't know, I left a tweet. I gotta catch everybody up. I left a tweet before I left to go to camp because I don't have phones at camp.
Yeah.
I leave it behind. And funny story, most people actually do bring their phone, but I'm a real follower and I kindly leave it at home.
He's a good boy.
But what was I going to say? Oh, I left a tweet behind on Twitter before I left. It said, all right, guys, I'm leaving for the week. Be sure to leave me some nice insults to come back to when I get home.
And
Little
then-
did I
and then
know.
when you left, I tweeted out, said, "Okay, guys, we got a week. Let's give it to Houston. Let's make these phones." I said something like that.
So you were the instigator behind this.
Yes, I
then.
was.
Oh, good.
I take all credit. All credit.
So then, little did I know that all of my friends on Twitter would band together in my absence to create an entire thread of insane HP1 memes where my head was photoshopped onto Donald Trump.
Russian communism.
Yes, I was
propaganda.
a communist. I was Hitler. There
You were
was
shirtless dude on a horse.
That was Vladimir Putin. Yes, I was shirtless Vladimir Putin on a horse. There were some fun ones where I'm Optimus Prime and I am using a sword to brutally take down Michael Bay and Zack Snyder and Donald Trump. These are all very insane, and I am very complimented by them. I intentionally did not post the communism ones because I find them to be hilarious, but not something I'm going to promote. Thank you very much. Because when people, when the day finally comes that I'm wrongly sued for a copyright thing, I don't want them to bring up the HP1 communism memes in the courtroom and slam me for that, right? Like I can just imagine on CNN them being like, and it's definitely CNN, them being like, HP1's a communist. Look at these memes people did of him, right?
Oh boy! Then they'll hunt down the makers of those memes and completely sue them and
they'll dox them.
What's great is this whole thread. It started with one dude. I think he tagged like Aubrey Studios,
right?
And, like, talking about how like, have you ever had a political DM or something like? And then they went off in this little tangent of talking politics and all this.
Right.
And slowly people got tagged. Slowly people jumped in. And then slowly someone slapped your face on Donald Trump. And then it's just like the floodgates opened.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
there was
scrolling
just a
through some
rush.
more. There's me
Hilarious.
as everyone in the Revolutionary War, including George Washington. There's me as like everyone in like some sort of Japanese band. Some sort of weird Japanese band. There's me as Superman being stabbed by Doomsday.
Yes.
Let's see, what else? There's also me as Jar Jar Binks.
Yes.
Me as it looks like some sort of sombrero gun-wielding Mexican man. There is me as all four of the female Ghostbusters.
Yes.
There's one where it's you as Mike from Stranger Things looking for me, asking 11 where I am.
I love it.
There's also one in which it says Houston and U.S. language differences. U.S. you would say fries. Houston would say chips. U.S. you say airplane. Houston says aeroplane. U.S. you say communism. Houston says perfection. U.S. you say Suicide Squad. Houston says True Beauty. So I am in love with these memes.
Insane. It was amazing.
It is pretty hilarious.
That whole day, my phone was just going off left and right.
Oh my gosh.
By the end of that night, we're just like, we tweeted out, okay, we're done. Everybody leave this alone. We're so done.
I'm scrolling through my phone, and guess what? I now have so many memes and photos that feature Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
That now his face is classified as a person in my photo. Like I can click Zack Snyder's face and it gives me all of the photos in which I have Zack Snyder. That's pretty good.
All right, so you know what's the real good part? I'll confess, I made that HP1 meme account or whatever.
Oh,
HP101. Got him.
Wow. Got him good.
And I made it, and I followed God's Not Dead and Everyone You Hate. God's Not Dead, after following them, sent me a DM saying, "Thank you for the follow, HP101. Have a blessed day." I was laughing so hard at that.
The God's Not Dead Twitter?
Yes.
That
I followed
is
them and they
hilarious.
DM'd, "Thank you." And then this part's even better. So I gave the info to Jacob Suggs, frame by frame, and so he was tweeting out in a little bit, and oh, I gotta find it here. He tweeted out Grace Randolph.
Oh no!
And he said, I can't find it, but he said something like, oh yeah, here it is. he said, Grace Randolph, just wanted to say how much I love your content. Your quality is so high, and I always look forward to hearing your thoughts. And then she replied and said, that means a lot. And then some other random person replied and said, love watching YouTubers appreciate each other instead of tearing each other down.
No!
And another dude said, couldn't agree more.
What have you done?
Oh man, we were laughing so hard. It's amazing.
Insane.
It's so good.
So, I'm checking through who all you're following.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My sister just came in the closet. Haviland, what do you want? I'm sorry, I'm doing an episode. Well, I'm not going to finish. There's about an hour left.
The show's just getting started. Chill out.
It's not going to rain. I mean, yeah, it might rain, actually, but it's not going to rain. She wants to walk to the photo store, and it's going to rain. So, should I be on a time-sensitive thing? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see who you followed. Oh, of course, the first person you followed was Donald J. Trump. Suicide Squad, Batman v Superman, God's Not Dead 2. You did follow my arch nemesis Jacob Suggs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You followed
the infamous Tyrone Magnus.
Yeah. Oh, what? Wait, why'd you follow Tommy Loren? Who is this? I
don't know.
No, it's some sort of right. Yeah, I'm looking through this person's. No. Why'd you follow this person? Why'd you give them the satisfaction? Rachel Freeman.
Jacob.
Oh, that's Jacob's friend.
Yeah.
Grace Randolph. What the? Grace Randolph has like a cartoon of herself as the profile.
I know. She's following in your footsteps.
Tyrone Magnus. What? This says Tyrone Magnus blocked me. What? But I thought you were being like praising him. What did you tweet?
He blocked you?
Yes.
So he blocked at Blockbusted Pod.
Wait.
Because you're on Blockbusted account. That's amazing.
I did not know this existed, and I am so complimented. This is hilarious. This is so funny. Wait, but why would he have blocked me? Oh, because I made a joke about him that one time, didn't I?
Probably,
I said,
yeah.
I tweeted that thing. What did I do? I can't remember what it was. I wasn't mean. It was just a funny joke.
1 million subscribers.
Right. It was probably me like fretting about when he got to 1 million. That is hilarious. That Tyrone Magnus's ego is that huge.
I love it.
That he would block anyone who makes a joke about him. Man.
I love it.
I'm not trying to be mean here. I really feel like I'm being too mean on this episode.
You are
a little
mean.
bit.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
But it is kind of funny. A little bit. Just a little bit. But...
I love seeing you support each other.
I've never been blocked by anyone on Twitter before.
It's never happened.
I'm so glad Tyrone Magnus was the first person.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay. So that's what you did this week, isn't it, Hitchcock?
It is. We just. Oh, another thing we did. Another thing. Me and Frame by Frame, we sat down and we're like, maybe we should do an episode. Record, have some fun. Maybe roast Houston a little bit.
Yep.
And then we're like, okay, let's get Chance CWF been on here too.
Yep.
We joined him in the call. We sat there talking, and we like.
Man, you're getting more involved in my community than I am.
And we ended up talking about childhood trauma for like 40 minutes.
Oh, good. You mean the series childhood trauma, or the things that traumatized you as a child?
It's things that traumatized us as a kid.
Ah, yes. What is one of those things?
It was, you have to go listen to it.
Wait, where did you post it?
Because it's not recorded. Got him.
Got him? Question mark?
No, it was fun though. I mean.
Yeah. You should get if that you should have recorded it, and then you could have had Drew as a guest on one of the shows. Yeah.
Real good.
Anyway, I guess we should get into the actual topic for the episode.
We
right,
really
Hitchcock?
should.
Yeah.
We're what? 30 minutes in?
Woo. Whew-wee.
24 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
Good
eating
to
I'm eating my Slurpee and we're ready to go.
Yeah, I just checked my mic to make sure that it wasn't recording on the wrong setting the whole time. It was recording on the right setting. Good.
I don't even know if it's on the right setting.
Oh, good.
I just leave it as it is.
So
here's the deal.
Here's the deal. What did you see this week, Hitchcock? And what did we all see?
I saw a lot of stuff this week.
Yep.
Yeah, it was very special.
I was afraid that a giant trailer would drop while I was at camp, but nothing happened.
Dude, I was hoping.
Nothing like they were like, stop it and leave it until Houston gets back.
Guys, he's gone. We need to just everyone take a break.
Yep.
Okay, just chill. All right, we ain't gonna go anywhere if we don't have this guy promoting us. Come on.
You know, we're gonna be doing an episode like every week this month, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be amazing. Because
there's War, there's Dunkirk, but also Comic-Con is in a couple weeks, which means Infinity War teaser potentially. I know Marvel's gonna be there. I know the cast of Infinity War is gonna be there. It also means Stranger Things season 2 is gonna be there. There'll probably be a trailer for that. We're gonna get some trailers. I mean, this is hype.
It's that time of year,
Probably an Aquaman one. Probably, maybe another Thor. Yeah, definitely another Thor Ragnarok one. Yeah. Probably, maybe a Last Jedi one. Right? Oof.
Ready Player One. I heard a rumor that they might be releasing that too.
Oh, that could be lit. Yeah.
I haven't read that book, but that's an amazing book. You need to read that.
I was just talking to somebody this week who said that, it was an ambitious book and it would be good movie material.
Yeah. Spielberg, man.
All right, so
this week
we both saw Spider-Man: Homecoming this week, which I had been super hyped for. Yeah. And then I left for camp, and then I completely forgot about it. Then I came home, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming!" And then I saw it at 1 p.m. today. So, what did you think of Spider-Man: Homecoming, fam?
I loved it. First impression, got out. Best Spider-Man movie without to date. Better than all the other ones we got.
Man.
So, yeah, I mean, it was Spider-Man. It was what Spider-Man should be. It's what he is. And it captured all that perfectly. Yep. And it set it up for future films, which is amazing. Very well intro. Not an origin story, but very well beginning for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So, it was just, everything was perfect, I loved it a ton. So
I should note we're gonna go full spoilers from this point onward.
Get out of here if you haven't
Uncle
seen it.
Ben dies. That is a spoiler for all of the Spider-Man mythos. That said, I also really, really enjoyed Spider-Man: Homecoming.
You're right off the chopping block, aren't you?
What?
You're right out of the theater.
Yeah, like a couple hours ago. Yeah.
So you got the fresh take.
Hot take, fam.
I've been sitting on it for a day.
Yeah, I really loved it. I did think I need to go back and rewatch Spider-Man 2 again. Yeah. Because people always talk about how good it is, and I know it's really good, but I just can't remember it that well at times. But I do know that the train fight is amazing. Doc Ock is amazing. There's such good dilemmas with Peter Parker, blah, blah, blah. But that said, this movie I do think was far more enjoyable and more memorable and more fun.
Yeah.
Better lead in Tom Holland as well.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, dude, this movie not only is probably the best Spider-Man movie, but also one of the best Marvel movies and one of the best teenager movies in a long time. Like, lots of times you see movies about teenagers and especially like TV shows, and they do not get teenage. It's clearly
they don't capture
written.
That feeling,
Right, like. You watch like a Disney Channel show, and it's like, my name's Teddy Duncan, and I live in Good Luck Charlie. I can't wait to get my license. Like, they totally botch what teenagers are about and what they're like, And even in some other movie, like, Peter Parker was played by a 30-year-old man in the first two incarnations of Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, both near 30s. And it's like, in high school movies, there's always these caricatures, right? Like, the bully's always like a big muscly dude who just doesn't like anybody and wants to punch people. But like here, Flash Thompson is just kind of just a jerk, like you would meet,
I mean, that's like in typical high school today. You don't have like dude walking down the highway and just start laying into a dude, right?
Right.
Punching him up. I mean, you just have the snarky
Push him
comments
against the
here and
locker.
there.
Right.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
what this flash in here was. That's why it was so well done. It really did capture that high school feeling. You
Yeah.
know, with Tom Holland, you know, I mean, even though he is a bit older, like in the movie he's 15, he's a bit older, but he captures that 15-year-old awkwardness so well.
Totally.
You know,
And-
like him and his talking with the girls, it's like, oh, so cringeworthy, but it's just, it's real. It's
such
authentic, you know?
character
Yeah.
writing. Yeah, it's Jinx, you owe me a soda.
No.
It's such authentic character writing. I'll never get that soda. You live in Seattle.
Nope.
But it's like they totally get what makes Spider-Man funny. For one thing, like it's not a bunch of quippy one-liners, you know. Like those work for Tony Stark. Tony Stark totally works for. But with Spider-Man, that's not what he does really. It's more of the awkward teenager stuff, and
it's
I
more
love
of
seeing him try to figure out, you know, like
it's more
coming into his own.
It's more of try to do the snarky comments and fail than actually succeed, you know.
Yeah.
Which that's part of growing up, and that's why it feels so real. There's this whole movie, he is growing up, you know.
Yeah,
He's
and this
learning,
really, you know, it's not an origin story for how he became Spider-Man, but it is an origin story for how he became the Spider-Man, you know.
The Spider-Man, yeah.
Like the superhero version of Spider-Man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they really captured sort of the growing pains of that really well, and the different things he has to figure out, like how to get around. Like, love the bits where he runs into a field and there's nothing to grab onto.
So true.
Love the bits where his backpack gets stolen from the alleyway. Love the bits where, like, you know, I'm trying to think what else. Different things that he just has to kind of figure out. The stuff where he's, like, trying to experiment with the web shooters on the suit. And it's like, I don't know how to do that. That reminded me of, like, playing a video game on hard mode when you're not really sure what to do yet, you know? Yeah.
And he drives a car. He steals the dude's car. And he
he can't even drive yet. It's so funny. It's great, you know?
It's like, he's swinging around blowing up fairies, but he can't drive, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so hilarious, and I love it so much.
Yeah. And you know, I think that what makes Spider-Man so cool is that he's like the cool thing about Spidey is that the ways that he's a superhero parallel the way Spider-Man has the same problems as a high school student does.
Yeah.
And they're very relatable, but except they're like mortal danger stakes. Like it's like things upped because he's a superhero. So like they take common tropes like the being driven by your date's dad to homecoming or whatever and having the dad talk in the car or whatever. And they're like, that's already a tough situation for all teenagers. But this time, it's a man who will murder you, right? And it's the Vulture, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with, like, learning to drive. Peter Parker has trouble learning to drive. Except this time, it's a car chase, you know.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And I really enjoy... And just the concept of, like, he's puberty, growing pains.
Definitely.
As a teenager, but also as a superhero, you know? And so his superhero life parallels his teenager life really well.
Cool.
So, yeah,
really
I thought that was really fun. So what did you think about...
Think about the what? You want to talk about the characters?
I don't know. Talk about something.
Talk about the characters. The two girls, and then... I'm blanking on his name. Spidey's friend. The man in the chair.
Ned.
Yeah, Ned.
Cisco reference. Total Cisco reference, right?
The man in his chair. I love it. It was great. Yeah,
when you're in a
great.
burning building and and you got to figure out people telling you what to do or whatever, right?
Exactly.
Really love that.
I love it. But yeah, he was great. You know, I loved his friendship with Peter Parker. I thought that was done really well. I did feel like there could have been some more development with the two girls. You know, like they played Zendaya's character up a little bit, and I feel like in the trailers.
Yeah, and there
was
such like controversy going in, like, is she MJ? Is she Michelle?
What's going
is she
on
blah
here?
blah blah? And then she's like, what you saw in the trailers of her is pretty much what you
that's it.
There's barely anything else.
Yeah, which is one of the things I feel like that did set it up for future films, you know, because she has that one look where he runs off to the bathroom to meet Happy. She like takes a second look at him, right, or whatever. Yeah. You know, like, oh, there's something there, right, and so it sets it up really well.
I did think she was very funny. I love the bit where he walks into Homecoming and people are like, "Hey, Peter," and then she just gives him the middle finger. And like the stuff where she just hangs out in the detention room just to draw people sad or whatever. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much character there. I felt like it could have been drawn out a little bit more.
And but obviously, like, you know, some of these characters are just sort of punchlines, just caricatures. Yeah, you know?
Sure.
But at the same time, like with the bully, I do feel like they're more authentic caricatures than like Flash Thompson's previous incarnations, where he's just a big buff guy, right?
Yeah, big jock going around slamming dudes.
Yeah, it felt more authentic in that sense.
More
even
real.
As a caricature, it felt like
it definitely felt more of a high school setting than any of the other Spider-Mans. Like, you really felt like, oh yeah, that's the high school party, the high school homecoming.
Yeah, you totally get how Peter could be a dork, right? Yeah. Like with Tobey Maguire, he was a dork, but he was too much of a dork. Like you were like, this man would have no friends.
No.
He's so nerdy, so geeky. Yeah. And Peter Parker's not that bad. Oh my gosh. But then with Andrew Garfield, it's like he's so cool. Right. He's like a skateboarder. He's just a rebel. You know, he's not a dork.
Skateboarder, photographer, you know.
And I enjoy some of the scenes with him. Like I like the bit where he's stuttering, trying to ask Gwen Stacy out, right? But he's not like a nerd. Like, you don't look at that guy and go, he's a nerd. He'd know about science, you know? Yeah. You'd be like, he knows about hipster music. He probably has a Nirvana shirt, right? But Tom Holland, he's just kind of like the average kid who everybody could easily pick on, you know, because he's such an average kid. But he's got a good heart. And I really enjoyed that, you know?
Yeah, so well done. That's why they make him so relatable. It's because he's that way, you know.
I also thought that, like, his girlfriend Michelle, she was good because, like, they could have so easily, and I thought they were gonna do this at some point. They could have so easily like made it like he gets in the car with her, and it turns out she wasn't who he thought she was. She's like some shallow girl, and I saw her like she's taking a selfie on her phone or something in it, and I'm like, is that what they're gonna go with? Like, man, Peter had bad judgment just because she was hot. He liked her. Yeah. But they didn't do that. She was a legitimately nice girl. They just couldn't be together, you know. Yeah. And it was such a great dilemma of seeing Peter have to realize that he can't have everything he wants because he's Spider-Man, you know. Sure. Like, he's like, I get to go to Homecoming and I can just have everything. But no, like, then it turns out your girlfriend's dad is a murderer. Yeah, definitely. You know? Definitely. Yeah. So.
What else? The villain. You like Vulture?
Oh, right. Yeah, I did. He's better than most Marvel villains.
Sure.
I did think he was. People have. I watched a review where they were like, he's not mustache twirling at all, and that's what's great about him. He's not like. He's not too evil, but there were some bits where I was like, that's a little cartoonishly evil. Yeah. You know, the bit where he vaporizes the guy.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, chill. You know.
Totally.
I felt like he was a little inconsistent in how evil he was. You know?
Definitely. But yeah, I do feel like his motivation was a bit like a little bit iffy, but you did understand it. You did understand how like he had dedicated all his resources to this, and then Tony Stark just comes in and takes over or whatever, you know. Yeah. And so you did feel that. I mean, did he take it to extreme? Yeah, probably. But
it was funny. It was kind of like the Founder movie that Michael Keaton was in earlier this year, where he's like a brutally like he's a businessman who's just a down to earth guy, and then he slowly descends into being a jerk. But yeah, I did think he was better. I liked how he was sort of the working class villain.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
definitely.
And
he's not some geeky scientist with all these chemicals and all this sciencey stuff.
He's just a guy who wanted to get money for his family, and he also doesn't want to end the world. He doesn't even really want to kill Peter, you know. No. And he's like, get out of the car, go to Homecoming, you know. But don't bother me again. Yeah. And so I really liked that, and also, you know, he's intelligent too. He
Yeah.
picks up that Peter is Spider-Man pretty
Yeah,
easily.
that was an intense scene. That whole car.
Right. I love that
fun.
scene. It was so tense.
Yeah.
And again, like it's like the homecoming date is tense already, and then you've got her dad is
It's a whole
Vulture.
nother level. Yeah.
Right.
Oof.
But yeah, I enjoyed that he didn't want to murder Peter straight off the bat, and that he figured it out. I did feel like I don't know how to describe it. Like the Vulture himself, like when he was in the suit,
Yeah.
it wasn't very developed. You know,
Yeah,
like
sure.
like
it was
it's
just
like
kind of there.
it was just kind of there. Like it didn't
Yeah.
feel like I'd seen more of the Vulture than I did in the trailers. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
or that he was that memorable. Like really, he's more memorable when he's Michael Keaton out of the suit than he is as the Vulture. And so I guess that's a compliment to Michael Keaton, you know. But yeah, it was I don't know. It was fine. I liked it.
Yeah, that Vulture show looks so cool though. Like when it was flying and stuff, like the action scenes with Spidey and Vulture were really cool, I thought. You know, they were just a lot of fun. So, but yeah, overall,
I also enjoyed how they tied in the damage control stuff. Like this is the first time we've seen the actual company called Damage Control.
Yeah, wasn't there supposed to be like a TV show or whatever?
Yeah, and now I want it. Now I really want it.
Totally.
You know, I'd love a Damage Control series.
Yeah, because it opens up with that like down to earth, like they're cleaning up. You're on the ground, seeing all the damage. You're not from this high superhero Avengers view of all the damage. Like, yeah, we won. It's like, oh man, what are we gonna do?
And just the image of them, you know, the idea is that he's like looking up at the Stark and the high and mighty gods up there, and he's just the street level, and it opens with them at the foot of Avengers Tower looking up at it, you know, which is such a good metaphor for that.
Definitely.
And I love that throwback to the Avengers as well.
Yeah,
you know, it's
that was
like,
really cool.
I was just like, oh, I love the Avengers. Oh, I love this. You know, I miss the days. But yeah, I really enjoyed that throwback. And obviously, like we should just talk about now, this movie is so tied into the MCU. It is the most
great
MCU movie, and it's even a Sony film, you know?
Yeah.
They really played it up. And it was at the risk, I think, of being too self-referential and too like referencing Avengers, but I think it was
held
on that
itself
line.
to a minimum. Yeah.
Yeah. I really thought it was good.
Like leading up, you saw a ton of stuff with Tony Stark and Iron Man. And you're like, oh man, is he gonna be like so involved and like all over the place, like total promotion for Iron Man? But no, he was. I mean, there were only several scenes with him, and the scenes he were in they were really good. You know, they were all mentoring Spider-Man, you know, telling him to stay down to the ground, you know, all this stuff, which you really believed, and I felt like they did that too, like as perfectly as they could.
And again, I really enjoy the place that Tony Stark is at as a character now.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, totally.
He's totally changed from who he used to be, and I really enjoy the sort of inner torment you can see in his eyes, like almost, you know. Yeah. Maybe I'm reading into it, but it's like you feel how far he's come, and who he
really
is now, and what he's trying to do as this mentor to this kid. Yeah. You know. So yeah, I like that he acknowledged that. Because people go, why did Tony Stark? He was sad that a kid died, and then he got a kid to help him in Civil War. Man, he put that kid's life in danger. But Tony Stark says in this movie, look, I knew Cap wasn't gonna kill you. If he wanted to, he could have, but he didn't, and I knew he wouldn't. Yeah. Like, because that's so true. Like the Civil War battle is a pillow fight. It's just, that's fine. It's just them trying to get away. Like. Who would actually think or believe that any of the Avengers would kill each other? You know, they wouldn't. They're friends. They just had different agendas. So people act like, oh, this scene sucks because they were just tossing each other around, making jokes, you know, and there wasn't any stakes. Like, what did you want? Did you want them to like force in some motivation where the heroes hate each other now and they want to murder each other? Because that would have been jarring, you know?
Yeah, for
sure.
So
I just like that he acknowledged that it wasn't like a life or death fight. You
Definitely.
know? And Cap wasn't going to kill Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cap, like, really? He wasn't going to kill
If he wanted to, he could have kicked his butt.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
So.
I also enjoyed all the stuff with Tony Stark where he's using the suit remotely.
Yeah,
that was really fun.
That was
where he's
fun,
in like
it?
some India resort or whatever, and it's just that's great. It's such a like his technology just has no bounds at this point.
It just keeps going.
You know, yeah.
Oh, I love it. And then after the fair, he's like, "If you even care, you'd be here." Steps out of the suit. Oh,
got him.
Got him good.
Boom, roasted. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the chemistry with him and Tony Stark were perfect. I thought that was a highlight of the movie for sure.
Yeah. I do wish they'd showed less in the trailers because I mean what we saw is pretty much what we got.
Yeah.
But it was good, and I loved all the Happy Hogan stuff too.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Fun. That was fun.
And he's kind of the punchline of different things. I love the scene in the bathroom. It's really good.
So fun.
And then how the movie starts, calling back to Civil War in this documentary that Peter's making, just brilliant. You know, like
that's total high school too.
Total high school. Like it's what I would do.
Yeah.
If I was Spider-Man, I would be making that vlog. And I love him like trying to hide the camera from Tony Stark. It was so authentic. Yeah. And then it was just such a perfect way to adhere the audience to the character again and give them such a love for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And the scene, like my audience wasn't hugely active in the movie because it's Saturday, not Thursday night, but they were laughing their heads off at that scene. Emma scene where he sees the suit for the first time and he's like, this is the greatest day of my life. I love it. I absolutely love it.
It's perfect. Yeah. So relatable, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah. And this movie, you know, people have pointed out that this movie does feel somewhat like a John Hughes movie, which I love. And John Hughes is a director, if you've seen Ferris Bueller and Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
That he was one of the directors that most understood teenagers ever. Like, you look at John Hughes movies and he gets it. He nails the spirit of teenagers and it doesn't feel fake. And that's part of what makes this feel like a John Hughes film, but also just the vibe as well. And I really enjoyed that stuff. And obviously, you know, there's the very direct callback to Ferris Bueller where he's running through people's yards and then they see the clip.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was a little heavy-handed.
Definitely.
I already was getting the Ferris Bueller joke without that, but okay, whatevs, man. Whatever you want to do.
It's fun. It's Ferris Bueller. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta love Ferris Bueller.
Oh, you gotta.
Ferris Bueller's making a comeback. You got it in the Domino's commercial twice with Steve Harrington, you know?
No,
it's pretty good.
It's amazing. I could rewatch it all the time.
What else? I thought the effects were really good. For the most part,
definitely.
They fit with the movie.
Yeah, Spidey suits look great. Oh,
the Spidey suit looks great. It's really improved since Civil War. Like I went back and watched the clip from Civil War, and he's great in Civil War, but it doesn't look as real as it does here. Good. It definitely the CG looks better here. I enjoyed the sort of the gadgets that he has as he develops them.
Dude, yeah, when he was stuck in that bunker, I love that scene.
And he's just testing out the things. I love that scene. It's really good.
And he's like, how long have we been here?
37 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, so true. So true. I love it. That was
and then he names his... I loved his little friendship with his AI, Karen.
Karen. Oh.
And he names her Karen, presumably because the AI that Plankton has in SpongeBob is named Karen.
Yes, classic.
That's totally what Peter Parker would do. You know?
It is. And that's, again, relatable 15-year-old kid, you know? And
this movie's good because it's relatable, because it's #relatable. That's our point.
It is. Would you like me to activate instant kill?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was like, Iron Giant vibes there. Big Hero 6 vibes. The killer eyes.
Dude, the eyes in this movie are great too. On the Spidey suit, the way they moved, and they look even so much better in Civil War.
And there was the scene where he has the Bane Batman voice. Right? The interrogation voice with Donald Glover. That was perfection, that scene. And he's just, again, an example of him just trying to figure out what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And trying to, like, he takes a minute to, like, approach the scene and try to figure out his tactic of how he's going to do this, you know? Because he just doesn't know yet. And it's unfamiliar. And so I loved that scene also.
He's so relatable, you know?
He's so relatable. It's #relatable. That's why it's good. There was something I was going to say.
Oh, no.
The score's good. It's real good.
It is. Yes, I loved it.
The main Spider-Man theme at the beginning and the intro had me beaming.
Oh, I was So happy.
So happy.
And it was threaded throughout the film too.
A little bit, yeah.
You heard the beginning part, da na na, you know, and then it kind of thread into some Avengers and
then there was the Avengers theme toward the end at the base. Yes. That's fun.
Yes.
I thought the action was actually the weakest part of the movie, probably.
Really? Okay.
I don't really think it's in any way memorable. Like,
sure.
The plane sequence is fine. The neighborhood sequence is probably the best because it's not really an action sequence. It's more comedy, where he's running through the backyards.
That ferry scene's pretty good though. I like that.
That was that was the good scene.
I like the whole him thinking he can do it. You know, he's gonna do it all cocky, and then he just it goes to heck, right? The shit starts blowing up, and he's just defeated, you know, and he takes it so hard. You know, which is another aspect of his.
I wish the trailers hadn't spoiled that plot point. That entire scene was spoiled in the trailers, like the entire beat for beat structure of it. But at the same time, I did feel like the whole time I was thinking during that scene, the whole thing that I was thinking about was that the stakes of that scene felt more real than lots of other things. Like,
again,
I loved Guardians Volume 2. I adored it, but when you see the ego expanding onto the planets and people dying, it's like, so what?
That's one of the gripes we had with it. It's
like the world's gonna end, but who cares? But with this, I was like, people might die.
Yeah,
totally. Like someone fell into the water. Like the whole boat is falling apart. The webs are ripping. The cars are falling into the water. Ooh. I was like legit terrified. And so I really thought the stakes were really well done here, and it proved that the stakes don't have to be world-ending to make you care.
Exactly, you know? And that's the end of the movie too. That's
the end of the movie too.
It wasn't world-ending. He was just it was it was a heist, and the dude was trying to get away, right? And Spidey was there to stop him, which is perfect because Spidey is not supposed to go up against this huge doomsday force, right? He's just neighborhood Spider-Man, which was fantastic. I love it.
And I love that he makes that decision at the end to do that, you know.
Oh,
and it really it emphasizes sort of the theme of the movie, which is that he's this ground level. And is that, like, this movie's
you can't
about
do it all sometimes.
The ground level heroes and villains.
Yeah.
You know.
So good.
Yeah, I thought the boat scene was great. The other action, not so much. But it wasn't bad. It was just not that memorable. But yeah, I felt like the comedy scenes and the scenes of Peter Parker are way better than the action, and especially the stuff that's not action, not him fighting someone, but just like him being Spider-Man.
You know, like the bits
where he tests out the webs in the bunker, the bits where he's trying to say, like, he stops the bike, Grand Theft bike. He gets a churro because he gives the lady directions.
That whole opening montage was fantastic. Right. I love it.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And I love him texting Happy Hogan over and over and over, and it's nothing. It's really good.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna say about that. What was the other? Oh, did you notice that the jet at the end of the movie is the jet from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
That was fun, and it's got the
cool
cloaking stuff from that. I really enjoyed that.
Classic.
They were moving out of Avengers Tower. Think about that.
They were.
Like what?
Dang.
Like. Why were they doing that?
Relocating to the base we see in. Well,
right.
I guess Age of Ultron's already happened, right?
Right. Age of Ultron. So they get that new base at the end of Age of Ultron. So I get that they're moving, but at the same time, I'm like, but no, like for the past few movies, Avengers Tower has been a landmark in them, and I liked that. Why are they moving it? I don't know. But it's fine, whatever.
Who cares? You're
lots of little Easter eggs in there. Iron Man helmet, Iron Man suit, like an entire box of arc reactors. Okay.
I love it.
Happy Hogan's like Thor's belt. Nope, it's just Thor's magic belt.
Yeah.
Pretty good. New Captain America shield. What's that?
Yeah.
Ooh, right?
Oh, I was like, got him.
For those who can't tell, like, this movie was just a delight. Like,
it was. There
wasn't
fun.
anything it's not Logan.
No.
But it just nails it. And it
nails the superhero
perfectly
movie.
Fun. It's perfect superhero cinema. It's perfect Spider-Man cinema. Because that's a genre now, right?
Yeah.
We've had 3 renditions. It's a genre now. So, but it just gets everything right, honestly. Like, I can't. It's not perfect. But
no, not by
I
any
can't
stretch.
think of any problems that ruin the movie and any really huge issues with it at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, except the little things here and there, right?
Little nitpicks, like the fact that, like, it says it's 8 years later when it's supposed to be set in 2016. Like,
oh, no.
why didn't they get that right? What? Well, yeah, but, so, yeah, not a big deal. Not big deal flaws.
No.
Other little things here and there. What were we going to say? I like the gadgets. I said that, I think. I like the little drone that he has.
The Iron Spider suit.
He has, like, a little spider that goes on the guy's foot and tracks him,
yes,
right?
That's love it.
You know, one thing I didn't think about, like, leading up to this movie, there were so many rumors. They were like, the Shocker's gonna be in it, and the Tinkerer's gonna be in it, and, like, all these people, and we were like, this movie's gonna be so overcrowded. And then, no, they actually did a good job of just having them be sort of henchmen, you know? Yeah. Just part of that whole gang. So, that was enjoyably
part of the whole gang
done.
squad.
Yeah, fam squad. Fam. Squad.
Gang
fam.
squad. Gang squad.
That's the new trend.
Gang squad.
But yeah, is there anything else to say? It's real good.
Iron Spider lit.
Oh, it is lit, man.
Looking forward to that.
Like, on the one hand, I am so glad that he made that choice to not be part of the Avengers, but on the other hand, I saw that suit and I was like, I'm so happy for you, Peter. Put it on. It's beautiful. It's so glorious. I'm beaming from ear to ear, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then you got the Pepper Potts cameo. That's really fun. Yeah, I really also enjoyed how this movie isn't, like, as emotional as Guardians Volume 2.
No.
But
it
does get pretty. That scene, the scene I'm particularly thinking of is the scene with
the heck?
What? That's copyrighted material, Hitchcock.
My music just started playing off my computer.
Dude, your devices are just weirding out.
They're
today.
wigging out. Oh my gosh.
Did you turn it off?
Yes. It's easy like Sunday morning.
Getting that Baby Driver vibe.
Yeah.
What I was saying was, what was I saying? I don't know. The scene. I really enjoyed the scene where he's buried under the rubble. And you feel his pain.
Oh,
he's like,
really
I can't move. Help me. And I was like, whoa, they're really getting to this new level of gritty.
Yeah.
Like, he's seriously in trouble and can't do anything about it. And then there's this beautiful moment where he sees the, mask in his face. And that's such a classic Spider-Man image of the mask in the face. Half and half, the duality of the character, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then lifts the rubble. And I just thought that was such a good climactic moment. That was really
good. Really good.
I did think the one problem I would say
is here we go.
Yeah, whoa. Got a problem here.
Oh,
I must hate
he's
Marvel,
not a Marvel
right?
fanboy.
According to the comments on my Marvel Analyzed video, I hate Marvel because I had some problems,
You do.
Right? Man,
you filthy pig.
I'm such a DC fanboy. Even though I love Guardians and Guardians Volume 2 and Winter Soldier and Iron Man and Avengers and Spider-Man Homecoming. Anyway.
What you were saying?
As I was saying. Yes, I have one problem, so I hate it.
Yes.
The scene where he has to stop the Vulture after the plane crashes, like, it did feel slightly off because Vulture, like, pulverizes him and he, like, slams him on the ground and everything. And then Vulture's getting away and Peter's, like, not sure if he can stop him from dying himself. Like, the things are about to explode and everything. It felt a little odd because Peter had already had this low moment where he's in the rubble, and then he goes to stop it anyway, and then he's sort of really weakened by Vulture, and he's on the ground, and the fight kind of ends. And I guess this is a cool kind of formula break, but at the same time, like, usually after the low moment, you would have the hero come back to their prime and fight the villain and beat them. But with this, it was more like, really, like, on the one hand, it was very authentic. Well, nothing. It didn't, like, end with a bow. But at the same time, I was like, this feels odd because Peter's, like, on the ground crying, like, clawing his way to try to get to the Vulture. And it's like, it feels like this is his lowest moment, but it's not, No. So I don't know. Just narratively, it felt a little off then because I was going, is this going to be, this is now the lowest moment, and then Vulture, then there's another fight after this.
Yeah.
Like, for a minute, I thought Vulture was going to get away, and then there'd be another fight where Iron Man and him stop him, but no. So Just
Which
narratively, I
think,
thought that felt slightly off.
I didn't think that bothered me at all. I think it was cool that they did something different. That
Yeah.
the hero, like what I loved is, like, he is a 15-year-old kid. Like,
Right.
what are the odds of him defeating this 30-year-old dude or whatever?
Right.
Bigger, stronger than him. It's
Yeah.
just like the odds are so low, and so it's like, for him to get defeated. And for the Vulture, I mean, that's like the only way. Like, because even if Spidey won, that would still feel super cliche and like, oh, come on, he's a 15-year-old kid, you know, which I felt it worked for the movie, you know, and I like that they did something different and it's not some final blow that Spidey gives,
Well, and I thought the humor in this movie was very balanced as well. It was hilarious, and it was a comedy, and that was great. But at the same time, they didn't feel the need to punctuate every emotional or sincere moment with a joke. And again, it wasn't like one-liners or anything. I watched a video recently about how Wonder Woman is good because, and again, Wonder Woman's fine. It's not great. It's cool, but it's fine. But you're wrong, but you're fine. To quote the Weekly Planet.
Yes, classic.
But I thought that the video I was watching talked about this term called bathos, which is basically where whenever there's a sincere moment, you feel like you have to underscore it with a joke because it's like, okay, if we get this sincere, the audience will think we're cheesy, Yeah.
And
it's like it's basically like hanging a lantern on it, like I say in my video that time. And
that video has no controversy at all, so it's
none at all.
Right.
People didn't comment negative things on that video at all. But yeah, the video showed clips of like Doctor Strange. There's a bit where Doctor Strange like mans up to go fight Caecilius, and then the music swells, and then record scratch, the cloak of levitation wipes the tear off Strange's thing, and he's like, stop, that's annoying. And it's like, just let it be emotional for a minute. Don't break the tension every time.
Emotions aren't bad, kiddos.
Right. And sometimes it works, like with Guardians of the Galaxy, right? They're totally that vibe. And when Rocket does the whole bunch of jackasses standing in a circle bit, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That tension break is totally them.
Definitely.
But at other moments it doesn't fit. And so the video was about how Wonder Woman was not afraid to be cheesy and sincere at some points, and that was good. Sure. And it didn't break the tension with humor.
Yeah.
And so my point in all this is that I thought Spider-Man Homecoming did the same thing. It was funny when it needed to be, but it didn't ruin the emotional bits with jokes.
I agree, yeah.
So, yeah.
Good stuff.
Also, best ending ever.
I love it.
Best. I guess we'll have to see how this moves forward with Aunt May knowing he's Spider-Man, right?
Yeah. Whole different really ball game now.
Yeah. And then the whole credits themselves with
so fun.
The claymation and like sketches and pencil drawing, just spot on. Exactly what I wanted from a Spider-Man credits,
Totally.
There's such an art to credits in general.
I would have preferred like the dark blues and like some webs and like the names are formed by the web or something,
Yeah,
some, like,
whoa, dude.
Dark brooding music. Yeah.
Maybe put some like Ken Burns style photos of each character next to the actor's name, right? Jeez. But that was great. And then both end credit scenes. Well, the first one's pretty underwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, okay.
I mean, it leaves the door open, like, what's going on there? Is it this one? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who that guy is. I'm going to research it probably. I probably should have done that before the episode, but hashtag ring it.
Is that, yeah.
Oh, he did have a scorpion tattoo, didn't he?
That's what I was getting from, like, okay.
Oh, right. That makes sense now, because they said, I read a spoiler beforehand that said, the cast has been announced and scorpions in this movie, because we've got such a world where we know everything about a movie going into it before we see it. So that's intriguing then. That is interesting.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, that one's fine. I did like the Vulture saying he wasn't going to tell him who he was.
Which is totally him, like,
yeah, it's raining.
Oh my gosh.
So, hurry up.
My sister just opened the closet door.
And we are walking in the rain, by the way.
What do you want?
We are walking in the rain, by the way.
No, we're not. It's pouring.
Yes, we are.
Is it pouring?
Yes, it is. That's not my fault.
Ha!
Jeez, you
Good Lord. Okay, well then, in that case, you shouldn't have a problem with me going longer because you're willing to walk in the rain. So there's no time limit.
Oh,
right?
got him. Boom roasted.
Got him. I'm not editing that out.
What was I saying?
At this point, this podcast is so authentic and real and down to earth, ground level heroes, man.
It's just it's such a relatable podcast.
It's such a relatable podcast. Our sisters in a row.
We're just so relatable, you know. That's why they love us. The fan squad, you know.
Anyway, you were saying something. Oh, I was saying that credit scene is fine.
Yeah.
And then the final one is great.
It is.
Love it.
Perfect.
I loved all those Captain America.
By Cap.
Did he? He broke the fourth wall, didn't he? You know, he talked to the audience, and then he said, "How many more of these?" Like Chris Evans saying that, you know. So that was really good. Or I guess you could say it was Captain America saying that to the producers of these web sketches or whatever. But whatever.
Definitely.
I enjoyed those funny bits. I was like dying laughing with the bit where he's saying like, "So, you're in detention.
Yeah.
I know a lot about waiting in ICE for 65 years or whatever. Your body's going through changes. I know a lot about that." It's so good. And then the bit in the gym. I was hoping they would reference the fact that Cap is a war criminal at this point.
Yes.
And the gym teacher's like, pretty sure he's a war criminal now, but okay, we have to show this to you.
But whatever, we gotta show it's state law.
And then the hilarious bit is Cap goes, "And you can take instruction from your gym teacher," and he motions to the right, but the gym teacher's standing on the left. It's hilarious.
It is.
Just so many subtle touches like that make it so funny and so relatable. I love it.
Fun.
I love it.
Relatable, man. It's relatable.
So relatable. That's what
It's
makes it good. Right?
It's relatable, yeah.
I did think, like, in all seriousness, Peter Parker had a good sort of journey in this, a good coming of age, learning responsibility.
He wanted to be up there with the gods, but then he needed to accept the fact that he's not there yet. You know, he'll get there. He'll become the Iron Spider soon enough. But for the time being,
it was a nice surprise to see Tony. Semi-surprise. I mean, we knew it was going to happen, but semi-surprised to see Tony left the suit for him on his bed. That was good. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. What do you rate Rate? What do you rate?
What I rate it?
What do you rate Spider-Man: Homecoming out of 22?
You know, I'm gonna pull a 20. Same with Baby Driver last week. I think was on par. You know?
Oh wow,
20.
Wow.
I give it.
Yeah,
20,
I mean, obviously, Baby Driver's better in the grand scheme of things, but like,
you know what? They're both better in their own way.
Yeah, exactly. They have different aspirations, and each of them nail it on the dot. Right?
They do. They really do.
I love it. I'll go with a 19 or a 22. Probably not a 22.
A 19 or a 22.
20 space 2. Yeah. Yeah, probably a 19.5 or something like that. You know, if we're getting technical here. But, and we're assigning arbitrary ratings to movies.
Never technical here.
Right?
Because we're so relatable, you know? Who's
so
ever technical?
It's so relatable. It's so authentic and real and down to earth. It's a working class podcast hero.
Relatable.
Anyway. So that's that. I think we're done with this episode. We're really we're not really doing news anymore. We're just kind of talking. We're doing stuff. Did you watch anything this week? Probably not. You watched some Lost, didn't you?
I want to be done with
it. You want to be done with the podcast or done with Lost?
Done with Lost. I'm 5 seasons in. I'm like 2 episodes into the 6th season. I'm just like, I need to finish this.
So, are you saying like it's just going on for too long?
Just a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's just it's not relatable enough, you know.
Oh yeah, it's not down to earth enough. It's not authentic. No. We need some working class heroes in Lost, baby. Hashtag working class Lost.
Too much timey-wimey travel stuff.
All right.
But
well,
yeah, I didn't watch anything of importance.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was at camp all week, so you know. But that said, next week, hopefully, if we work out the scheduling stuff, we'll have a War for Planet of the Apes episode.
We will, because we both love those movies. So why wouldn't we?
We really love them because we're working class, relatable.
We are. We really are.
And then the next week, Dunkirk and probably Comic-Con. So, yeah, baby, let's do this. All right.
It's gonna
say
be
your
good.
catchphrase, Hitchcock. Say it.
We're gonna wing it. Wing it.
Yes, man.
Because we're so relatable.
Yes, Lord. All right.
Wing it for days.
What even is this, guys?
Later, my dudes.
We'll see you later. Bye. Got him.